Yay! Hey, we're live. Sorry, hey everybody. Okay, long-time viewers, you know I love StreamYard, but StreamYard, whatever's happening, my credentials got wiped out. I can deal with that then later. But it was stalling on me, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? All of a sudden, then it kicked in, just in time for me to introduce you to my friend Imani Greer, who, if Michael Greer happens to be watching this at some point in the future, Michael, we're talking about you. Miss you a lot, buddy. I don't know if you guys are related. Michael Greer is my friend from Skyline and Bret Hart High. I'm Skyline class of '80. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm blessed and highly favored. Glad to be here.
I gotta tell you, love. I've heard a lot about your food,
Okay.
and and love your website. And I want to show it to everybody right now. There it is. Okay.
There it is.
And first of all, how did you get started in this business? And what is it about making this food that you love so much that drives you?
Ooh, good question. I got started when I was a kid, 8 to 10 years old, tearing up my mom's kitchen. I always loved to cook, always had a niche for it. My mom, my grandmas, my aunts were all great cooks, great chefs, savory and sweet. And then I just kind of to grow into school, and I went to culinary school and kind of worked my way up through the ranks in different cities. And then during the middle of COVID, I got an opportunity to come out to the Bay Area from Atlanta and start a plant-based meal prep during COVID for a gym. And that meal prep just grew into a very popular meal prep program. And then the idea came from a customer to turn it into a la minute meals and make a restaurant, a brick and mortar out of it. So we started with a pop-up shop. And a year, 2 years later, now we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary of our restaurant here in downtown Oakland. So it's been amazing.
Well, first I gotta say welcome to Oakland.
Thank you.
You got it. Second, I gotta ask you, and I'm gonna recenter this back to us. But what is it that caused you to do what is basically now a reverse migration? Because so many people have left Oakland in California for where I'm at, suburban Atlanta, Georgia, and Atlanta, and North Georgia, among other places in the South. But what caused you to do the reverse?
The reverse for me came when I only came out here for 2 weeks and I never left. And so it came because I literally came for 2 weeks and fell in love. I had been to the Bay before, and I really loved it before, but I think coming back and it was really just the combination of people's excitement, extraordinary support immediately for my food and my cuisine and my customer service. It just blew me away. The astronomical difference in the Bay versus other places when it comes to supporting local businesses, supporting Black entrepreneurs, supporting chefs slash owners. Um, it's unmatched. And I've lived in 6 other major cities, so I think those are the things that had me really fall in love with the Bay. But then more important, even not more importantly, but also just as important is I'm a huge outdoorsy person. A lot of adventure, a lot of beaches, mountains, hiking, Tahoe, you name it. So it was just a perfect combination for me.
Hey, can you talk about that a little bit more? Because I'm curious. What wasn't? Let me make an observation for someone who, as my viewers know, is here for his mom and still has his place in Adams Point, although all that might change, but that's another story. But my observation about being here is that chains are all over the place and independents are kind of once in a while. But in Oakland, it's the reverse. You know, is that
100%. Yeah, you're 100% correct. I noticed that when I first came to Oakland, and San Francisco as well. You will only see, for example, I always give people this example. In a place like Atlanta that you're at, you will see approximately 6 to 7 to 8 Targets, 6 to 7 Walmarts. You will see basically spread out through the city. You will have corporate giants all through the city. The opposite, the Bay, you have one small Target in the entire city of Oakland. You have to go to Emeryville, you have to go to San Leandro, you have to go out to Cerrito, Berkeley in order to get more. The city of Oakland and it's the same. It kind of mirrors that in San Francisco. Is the Bay Area is more locally driven and more locally supported for small business owners than, like I said, than any other city I've ever lived in. So that to me is the biggest difference in the Bay Area, and why it's such an awesome opportunity to thrive here. And then, like I said, on top of that, Atlanta is black people are represented highly in Atlanta and the state of Georgia. But when it comes to actual restaurant ownership, I'm not talking about being the chef or the celebrity chef or using the name or someone using your picture to sell that chain or that franchise. I mean, actually signing on the dotted line as owner. It's still a very old school white male driven business. And so that's not a knock. There are a lot of people of color making huge strides in Atlanta. Don't get me wrong. But for me, I noticed that the difference is unmatched out here.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And before we shift to your food, but I signed up for a program for assistance for Zenny 60 Media, which is now a Delaware C Corp. And to make a long story short, it was geared toward 20 or more employee bricks and mortar companies, which here are overwhelmingly owned by somebody generally male, white, and in manufacturing, and it was a jarring difference. Now let's talk about your food here, because I've got this slide over. Boom, look at that. Yum. I have to say, folks, is yum to my tummy.
Thank you, man.
Oh my gosh. Crafted in the kitchen. Let's talk about it. First of all, if you want to order this, folks, it's still email r&r at roastedandraw2021.gmail.com. Is that still good?
It's actually, you can skip you can email Roasted and Raw. The email is actually roastedraw2020@gmail. You got it.
Okay, cool.
And absolutely. Call-ins are always preferred. We're still old school.
You can call in. You can also call 415-658-5609. That's 415.
That's an old number, but I can give you the new. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, what's the new one?
The new number is let me make 510-285 6052
6052 right here. There it
First
is.
one's more of a universal number for our pop-up, and then this one is more of just a straight landline, old school for Oakland. I mean, for the city, for calling.
And I got to put Roasted and Raw. That's not my number, folks. That's Roasted and Raw's number. So
don't give out your number.
They know my number.
Okay.
285-6052. Right here. That's it, folks. Roasted and Raw. Call and order and tell us about what's happening with these dishes you have, because wow, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what I want to order here.
Well, whether it's my mom coming in or a random stranger on the street, I tell every single person that walks through the doors to eat how you feel. We have a chalkboard right next to the register, and I know my staff and my team, they always kind of like lure people into what they like or what's popular or what sells a lot. But the menu is such a diverse melting pot, I call it, of my career, my family, my mom, my aunts, my grandmas, all my culinary travels through the Midwest, the South. I used to live in the Virgin Islands. I've done sushi and Asian cuisine. So I always tell people, eat how you feel. We have a wider range of rice bowls, quinoa bowls, or salad green bowls, which have multiple different flavors depending on that bowl. And then, but we also have a wide range of Bay Area favorites, which I noticed were key on a menu out here, and that's empanadas, which are our top seller. We have burritos and black bean burgers, and then on top of that, we have a lot of pastas. We have about 4 or 5 pasta dishes, and then to round it all up, we have a raw menu, which is very rare for a lot of vegan restaurants out here. Is you'll find different kind of salads on vegan menus.
Hold on a second. Time out. No, you didn't do anything wrong. I did. You know what? It's on my wrong YouTube channel.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me do this. God damn it. I'm gonna send you the. I've never done this before. I've never made this kind of mistake. All right. I'm going to send you this.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna. I know what I'll do. Sit right back. I'm gonna leave the studio, scratch this one, and go to the other one. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
No problem.
All right. Okay.